What's up guys, today's video is on the top 3 best budget tablets of 2024. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Number 3, OUKITEL RT3. The ruggedized tablet is powered by an 8-core MediaTek Helio P22 processor with a PowerVR graphics accelerator. The processor is made using a 12nm process technology, and out of the 8 cores, there are 4 Cortex-A53 cores with a clock frequency of up to 2 GHz, and the same number of Cortex-A53 cores up to 1.5 GHz. The tablet has a single configuration, 4 GB of RAM, LPDDR3, 64 GB of permanent memory, eMMC, and supports LTE and microSD cards. Although 4 GB of RAM may not be sufficient for some users, the tablet has a feature that allows them to expand the RAM at the expense of permanent memory. This means that users can choose to free up either 2 GB, 3 GB, or 5 GB of flash memory. While this may not provide a significant performance boost, it can make some processes faster. The RT3 features an 8-inch IPS matrix, with a resolution of 1280 by 800 and a pixel density of 188 ppi. The aspect ratio is 14.4:9, and the brightness is 400 nits, which is sufficient for indoor use but may be a bit low for outdoor use on a sunny day. The tablet has a rugged design that is reliable and durable. The back of the device appears as if there is a protective case, but it is actually a fixed element of the case. The level of protection is impressive, with not only the CHA Classic IP68 but also protection certificates according to the IP69K standard, and the Military Industrial Standard MIL BEST ED810H, indicating resistance to mechanical damage. Number 2, Lenovo Tab M9. The Lenovo Tab M9 features a rectangular design with an aluminum chassis that offers a premium feel and sturdy build quality. While the bezels might be thicker than some prefer, the overall bezel ratio is uniform throughout all borders. At only 7.99mm thick and 344 grams, the tablet is comfortable to hold and carry around. The front of the tablet houses a 9-inch display and a 2MP selfie camera, while the back has a single 8MP camera unit with no flash. On the bottom of the tablet, there is a 3.5mm headphone jack, speaker holes, a microphone, and a USB Type-C charging port. The volume control button and power on/off button are on the right side of the device. If you choose the LTE version, you'll find a SIM and microSD card slot on the left side. The 9-inch display is an IPS LCD unit with a resolution of 720p HD, 1340 by 800 pixels, a 60Hz refresh rate, and a 5:3 display ratio. The larger display makes content consumption and performing tasks on the tablet much easier. However, the 720p HD resolution IPS LCD panel is only adequate at best and has poor viewing angles. The lower resolution also makes screen pixels visible without having to look closely. Number 2, Apple iPad 10th generation. The iPad 2022 has a 10.9-inch display, which is decent for its price. When watching the trailer for Wakanda Forever, the colors appeared rich and vibrant, especially in the scene where Namor emerges from the water wearing his gold and navy blue armor around his neck. Even when zooming in on a photo of tiny water droplets on a flower, the display made it easy to make out the details. However, when tested in direct sunlight, it was a bit difficult to see the display. The iPad 2022 has a maximum brightness of 504 nits, which is in line with Apple's claim of 500 nits. While this is good, it may still be challenging to use the display in direct sunlight. In comparison, the more expensive iPad Pro 2021 has a maximum brightness of 1588 nits, while the iPad Pro 2022 reached 1577 nits, despite performing worse in testing. In terms of color, the iPad's display covers 101.2% of the sRGB color gamut, and 71.7% of the more demanding DCI or P3 color space. The iPad Air's panel has a higher color coverage of 111.8% and 79.2%, respectively. However, the iPad 2022 has slightly more accurate colors according to the Delta E test, which measures color accuracy. The iPad 2022 is powered by the A14 Bionic chip, which is the same processor found in the iPhone 12. It is fast and capable, as shown when playing games like Genshin Impact. The animations were smooth, and the iPad held up well even when fighting off multiple enemies. There was only a bit of sluggishness when climbing up a rock. On Geekbench 5, the iPad 2022 scored 1,580 on single-core and 4,400 on multi-core, which is a significant improvement over the 9th Gen iPad score of 1,384 and 3,387, respectively. However, the iPad Air with its M1 chip scored much higher with 17077-151. In terms of graphics performance, the iPad 2022 scored 8,579 and 51 frames per second on the 3D Mark Wildlife test, which is a slight improvement over the 9th Gen iPad score of 8,047.9 frames per second. The iPad Air, on the other hand, scored significantly higher with a score of 17,966 and 107 frames per second. The iPad 2022 packs a sharper back camera, going from 8MP on the previous model to 12MP on the new tablet. And the 12MP front camera gets a welcome shift from the top edge to the long edge, which makes for more natural video calls in landscape mode, especially when your iPad is docked in the Magic Keyboard Folio. Thank you for watching this video. Do like and subscribe.